Last time on Dungeon Ball GT, Dolan, Brick, Frode, Branma, and Jazza began fighting the remaining forces, seeing that their leaders were captured or thwarted. Branma used his telepathy to trick the bugbears and the drow into fighting each other.
Hey, who you calling a damn furry ape, Long Ears?
Who you calling Long Ears, cannon fodder? As the fighting ensued, Branma also telepathically told the guards to take shelter in the building. But in the middle of the chaos, a massive, hulking, dark figure arose out of the ocean. Brick recognized this as one of his own kind, massive war machines used by entire nation-states to wage war back on his homeworld, Eberron. Caldred, a former enemy and lieutenant of the Masked Man, exclaimed,
"That madman! He plans to conquer the city with that machine! But he doesn't have enough power! He'll risk blowing up the entire place! We have to stop him!"
Then Laryl Silverhand teleported over.
Excuse me, dear adventurers. Your ability to locate the Vault of Dragons and survive the perils getting to it marks you as extraordinary. As you can see, our grand city is under attack. As the open Lord of Waterdeep, I beseech you, please aid us in our time of need.
In unilateral agreement, Laryl Silverhand teleported the party to a secret ballista with a boat mounted on it, otherwise known as the Cataboat. Meanwhile, the City Watch, led by Vadra Safar, led a counter-response. Hippogriff riders launched thousands of high-level magic missiles. Ballistas and catapults launched giant arrows and flaming boulders, while archers launched a hail of arrows. But it was not enough to penetrate the warforged colossus' thick plating and magic force fields. With Frode doing the honors, the party launched themselves at a sharp velocity towards the warforged. Branma used heat metal to soften its plating, while Dolan used Eldritch Blast to poke a hole through. Suffering blunt force trauma from the inertia, the party made it inside. Upon many elevator rides and battles with Nimian mages, brutes, and goblins, the party made it to the Warforge's core, whereupon it was being powered by the legendary Sunstone, an Cochrane artifact, and a fairy. Rescuing the artifacts, the party blew up the core, powering down the Warforged, stopping it in its tracks. But they were confronted by the lovely Lady Myhrra, Lord Nym's girlfriend, who they killed in 2 turns. Making their way to the Warforge's skydeck, where some goblins taking refuge. Branma spied a paper on the ground which gave a password for Lord Nym's chambers, 69420. But then they were ambushed by Mecha-Smeeg. Most of the goblins ran off the edge with their parachutes. Mecha-Smeeg poisoned them with poison gas, while Brick ran up and beat the crap out of his mech. Mecha-Smeeg launched his grapple fist at Jazza, who was paralyzed but missed. Branma used heat metal on the mech, causing Smeeg to take severe burn damage. Forced to abandon the fight, Smeeg misty-stepped out of his mech onto his flying saucer and flew away.
"You haven't seen the last of Smeeg!"
Branma, who spoke Goblin, heard the mech announce that it would self-destruct in 6 seconds, gravely injuring them all. Upon hearing this information, Bricks picked up Smeeg's mech and tossed it forward, while Jazza, equipped with his ogre gauntlets, yeeted it off the skydeck. Taking this opportunity, Branma transformed into a Quetzalcoatlus and flew off with the party to take a long rest and resupply. Returning to the skydeck and going up the elevator, the party was prepared for their final encounter with Lord Nyhm. At the final floor, the party encountered the Masked Man, seated in his throne with a Nimian mage and some goblin bosses, controlling the Warforged at control panels. "So, it appears a couple of insects have gumped up my machine. Then I guess it's time to squash some bugs."
You kind of killed my whole family and a whole other lot of people, you monster.
I'm from a different reality than you, so philosophically speaking, you're not even real to me. Is it wrong to kill something that doesn't exist? At those words, the party took initiative and began combat. Branma summoned 2 direwolves who bit Lord Nym's ankles and made him fall, while Frode cast Branding Smite, rendering him unable to be invisible. Unshaken, Lord Nyhm cast Banishment, causing Branma, Frode, Brick, and Jazza to be banished to the Shadow Realm. Branma lost concentration on the wolves, causing their disappearance. But Dolan was able to multi-punch Lord Nyhm, causing him to lose concentration, freeing the party from the Shadow Realm. Jazza cast Haste on Brick, speeding him up. But in response, Lord Nyhm cast Magic Missile at 9th level, downing Jazza, losing concentration on the spell, while Dolan, Branma, and Frode whittled down Lord Nym's vigor. In a fit of rage, Jazza drank a potion of superior healing, spitting up some blood in the process. With an intense look on his face, Jazza threw his hand up in the air, casting Big Bigby's hand, and bringing it crashing down on the unsuspecting Lord Nyhm. Grappled, Lord Nyhm was smashed against 2 walls, then smashed upon the ground. Injured but not dead, Lord Nyhm got up. I purposely limited my ability with a power limiter. You're strong, but you still have a ways to go. But for now, I'm done testing your ability. We'll meet again, insects. Lord Nyhm teleported away. Jazza counterspelled, but Lord Nyhm countered his counter. For now the day was saved. Waterdeep was free from certain destruction, and the Vault of Dragons belonged to our heroes. But what did Lord Nyhm mean by testing them? And what evil schemes does he have planned? Find out in a different campaign on the next episode of Dungeon Ball GT.